Roger and Harry. 3. Terrible at this chapter 1. The first collection. Serge's text came at 9 p.m. Motel 6 on LaSalle. Room 14. Guy owes $2K. Get it. Roger showed it to Harry. They were sitting in Harry's truck outside the Tim Hortons in Hanmer, drinking coffee that had gone lukewarm. That's it? Harry said. No other instructions? That's it. What if he doesn't have the money? Then we convince him to get it. How? Roger shrugged. I don't know. We're intimidating. We make him nervous. Harry looked at him. Roger was 5'9", maybe 160 pounds soaking wet. Harry was taller but soft around the middle, with the kind of face that made cashiers ask if he needed help finding things. We're not intimidating, Harry said. We will be. We just gotta act tough. Roger. Just follow my lead. They drove to the Motel 6. It was the kind of place where you paid by the week and didn't ask questions. The parking lot was half full of rusted trucks and cars with expired plates. Room 14 was on the ground floor. Roger knocked. No answer. He knocked again, harder. Open up. We know you're in there. Still nothing. Roger looked at Harry. Kick it in. What? Kick the door in, like in the movies. Roger, I'm not kicking the door in. Why not? Because I'll break my foot and we'll get arrested for breaking and entering. Roger tried the handle. It was unlocked. They stepped inside. The room smelled like cigarettes and mildew. A man sat on the bed watching TV. He was maybe 40, skinny, wearing a stained undershirt. He looked at them. Who the hell are you? We're here about the money, Roger said. What money? The $2,000 you owe Serge Laporte. The man laughed. Serge sent you to? Seriously? Roger tried to look menacing. He crossed his arms. Yeah, seriously. The man kept laughing. You guys look like you're here to fix my cable. Harry shifted uncomfortably. Look, man, we don't want to cause trouble. Just pay what you owe, and we'll leave. I don't have it. Then get it, Roger said. Can't. I'm broke. Roger stepped closer. Listen, you owe Serge money. He wants it. And if you don't pay, things are going to get unpleasant. The man raised an eyebrow. Unpleasant how? Roger hesitated. Just, unpleasant. You going to hit me? Maybe. Go ahead. Roger stared at him. The man stared back, grinning. I'm waiting, the man said. Roger looked at Harry. Harry looked at the floor. Look, Roger said finally, just pay Serge what you owe, okay? It's the right thing to do. The man laughed again. Get out of here. They left. In the truck, Harry said, That went well. Shut up. We're supposed to be enforcers, Roger. We're supposed to scare people. I know. That guy laughed at us. I know. They drove in silence. Roger's phone buzzed. A text from Serge. Did you get it? Roger typed back. He didn't have it, Serge. So, make him get it. Roger. We tried. He wouldn't. Serge. Then you're not trying hard enough. Roger stared at the message. His hands were shaking. What did he say? Harry asked. He said, we're not trying hard enough. What's that mean? I don't know. They drove back to Capriole. Neither of them said anything. Chapter 2. The second try. 2 days later, Serge called. I got another one for you, he said. Easier this time. Roger was at work, stocking shelves. What is it? Guy named Danny LeBlanc, lives in Isilda, owes $1,500. He's a gambler. Lost it all at the casino. Go get it. What if he doesn't have it? Then take something worth $1,500. TV, laptop, whatever. Just get me my money. Serge hung up. Roger texted Harry. Another job, tonight. Harry didn't respond for an hour. When he did, it was just, okay. Danny LeBlanc lived in a duplex on a side street in Isilda. The yard was overgrown. A rusted barbecue sat on the porch. Roger knocked. A woman answered. She was maybe 30, tired-looking, holding a baby. Yeah, she said. We're here to see Danny. He's not here. Where is he? I don't know. Work, maybe. Roger glanced at Harry. When's he going to be back? I don't know. Who are you? We're friends. We just need to talk to him. The woman looked suspicious. "He owes you money, doesn't he?" Roger didn't answer. "Jesus Christ," the woman said. "He told me he was done gambling. He promised. Look, we just need to talk to him. He's at the Coulson, the bar. That's where he always is." She closed the door. The Coulson was a dive bar on the edge of Isilda. Dark, sticky floors, smelled like beer and regret. Danny was at the bar drinking a Molson. He was a big guy, maybe 6'2", 220, looked like he used to play hockey. Roger approached. "Danny LeBlanc?" Danny turned. "Who's asking?" "We're here about the money you owe Serge Laporte." Danny's face darkened. "I don't owe Serge nothing. He says you owe 1,500. Well, he's wrong." Roger glanced at Harry. Harry looked like he wanted to leave. "Look," Roger said, "we're just here to collect. You pay, we leave. Simple." Danny stood up. He was a lot bigger up close. "I said I don't owe him nothing. Now get out of here before I make you." Roger tried to stand his ground. "We're not leaving without the money." Danny stepped closer. "You sure about that?" Roger's mouth went dry. He could feel his heart pounding. Harry put a hand on Roger's shoulder. "Let's just go." "Harry." "Let's go, Roger." They left. Behind them, Danny laughed. In the truck, Roger said, "We should have stood our ground. He would have killed us. We don't know that. Roger, he was twice our size. We're not fighters. We're not tough guys. We're just us." Roger stared out the window. "Serge is going to be pissed." "Yeah. What do we do?" Harry didn't answer. Roger's phone buzzed. "Serge, did you get it?" Roger didn't respond. Serge called. Roger let it ring. Then he answered. "Yeah? Did you get the money?" Serge said. "No." "Why not?" "The guy, he didn't want to pay. So you made him pay." "We tried. He's big. He threatened us." Serge was quiet for a moment. "You're telling me you let some gambler scare you off?" "He's not just some gambler. He's huge. I don't care if he's the Incredible Hulk. You go back there and you get my money. You understand?" "Serge, you understand?" Roger closed his eyes. "Yeah, I understand." Serge hung up. Harry looked at him. "We going back?" "Yeah." "Roger, this is a bad idea." "I know." They went back the next night. This time, Roger brought a tire iron from Harry's truck. Danny was at the Coulson again. Same spot, same beer. Roger walked up, the tire iron hidden behind his back. "We need to talk." Danny turned. He saw the tire iron. His expression didn't change. "You going to hit me with that?" Danny said. Roger's hand tightened on the iron. "If I have to." "Go ahead." Roger stared at him. Danny stared back. "I'm waiting," Danny said. Roger couldn't do it. He couldn't swing. His arm felt like lead. Danny stood up. He took the tire iron from Roger's hand. Roger didn't resist. "Get out of here," Danny said. "And tell Serge if he wants his money he can come get it himself." Roger and Harry left, again. In the truck, Harry said, "We're terrible at this." Roger didn't respond. He stared at the dashboard, his hands shaking. "We're not enforcers," Harry said. "We're not tough. We're just two idiots pretending to be something we're not." "I know." "So what do we do?" Roger didn't answer, because he didn't know. His phone buzzed. "Serge, my office, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Roger showed Harry the message. "That's not good," Harry said. "No, it's not." Chapter 3. Serge's Patience. Serge's office was above a pawn shop on Elm Street in Sudbury. The stairs creaked. The hallway smelled like cigarettes and old carpet. Roger knocked. A voice said, "Come in." Serge sat behind a desk, smoking a cigarette. He looked calm. That was worse than if he'd looked angry. "Sit," Serge said. Roger and Harry sat. Serge took a drag. "You boys are costing me money." "We're trying." "You're not trying. You're embarrassing me. I send you to collect, and you come back empty-handed. Twice. The first guy didn't have the money. The second guy took your tire iron and told you to fuck off. I heard." Roger's face burned. "We're not good at this." "No shit. So maybe we should stop. Maybe this isn't for us." Serge leaned forward. You owe me, Roger. Both of you. You think you can just walk away? We paid you back, from the insurance claims. That was for the claims. This is different. You work for me now, and you work until I say you're done. Harry spoke up. We didn't agree to that. Serge looked at him. You agreed when you took the first job. You think this is a part-time gig? You think you can just quit whenever you want? We're on probation, Harry said. If we get caught, then don't get caught. Serge stubbed out his cigarette. Look, I get it. You're not tough, guys. You're not scary. But you can learn. You just need practice. Practice? Roger said. Yeah, practice. You think I was good at this when I started? I had to learn. Same as you. Roger glanced at Harry. Harry looked like he wanted to disappear. I got another job for you, Serge said. Easier this time. Guy named Paul Michaud. Lives in Chelmsford. Owes me $800. He's small. Weak. You can handle him. What if we can't? Roger said. Serge smiled. It wasn't a friendly smile. Then you owe me $800. Plus the $1,500 from Danny. Plus the $2,000 from the motel guy. That's $4,300. You got that kind of money? Roger didn't answer. I didn't think so, Serge said. Now get out of here. And don't come back without my money. They drove to Chelmsford in silence. It was a small town, 20 minutes north of Sudbury. Paul Michaud lived in a trailer park off Highway 144. His trailer was small, rusted, with a tarp over the roof. A dog barked from somewhere inside. Roger knocked. A man answered. He was maybe 50, thin, with a scraggly beard. He looked nervous. Paul Michaud? Roger said. Yeah? We're here about the money you owe Serge Laporte. Paul's face went pale. I don't have it. How much do you have? Nothing. I'm broke. Roger glanced at Harry. Harry shrugged. Look, Roger said. Serge wants his money. If you don't have it, you need to get it. I can't. I lost my job. I got nothing. Then sell something. TV, car, whatever. I don't have a car, and my TV's busted. Roger looked around. The trailer was a mess. No TV, no laptop, nothing worth taking. What about the dog? Harry said. Paul's eyes widened. You're not taking my dog. We're not taking the dog, Roger said quickly. Harry's just thinking out loud. I wasn't, Harry started. We're not taking the dog, Roger repeated. Paul looked like he might cry. Please, I'll get the money. I just need time. How much time? A month, maybe 2. Roger sighed. I'll talk to Serge, but you got to start paying something, even if it's just $50 a week. I can do that. Good. We'll be back next week. They left. In the truck, Harry said, We just gave him a payment plan. Yeah, that's not what Serge wanted. I know. He's going to be pissed. I know. They drove back to Sudbury. Roger didn't call Serge. He didn't text him. He just hoped Paul would come through. Chapter 4. Small Victories. Paul didn't come through. A week later, Roger and Harry went back to the trailer. Paul wasn't there. The door was locked. The dog was gone. He ran, Harry said. Yeah. Now what? Roger didn't answer. He called Serge. He's gone, Roger said. Gone where? I don't know. He cleared out. Serge was quiet for a moment. You let him run. We didn't let him. You gave him a payment plan, Roger. You gave him time, and he used that time to disappear. That's on you. What do? You find him. And when you do, you make an example out of him. So everyone else knows not to run. Serge. Find him, Roger, or you owe me another $800. Serge hung up. They spent 2 days looking for Paul. They checked his old job, his ex-wife's place, the bars in Chelmsford. Nothing. Finally, they got a tip from a guy at the Coulson. Paul was staying with a friend in Hanmer, a guy named Rick. They drove to Hanmer. Rick's place was a house on a quiet street, nice lawn, 2 cars in the driveway. Roger knocked. A man answered. Big guy, looked like he worked construction. Yeah, Rick said. We're looking for Paul Michaud. He's not here. We heard he's staying with you. You heard wrong. Roger glanced at Harry. Harry looked uncomfortable. Look, Roger said, we just need to talk to him, that's all. He's not here. Can we come in and check? Rick stepped forward. No, you can't. Now get off my property before I call the cops. Roger hesitated. Then he stepped back. Fine. But if you see Paul, tell him we're looking for him. I'll do that. Rick closed the door. In the truck, Harry said, He's in there. I know. So, what do we do? I don't know. They sat there for a while, watching the house. Then the front door opened. Paul came out carrying a garbage bag. He saw the truck and froze. Roger got out. Paul, we need to talk. Paul dropped the bag and ran. Roger chased him. Harry followed. Paul was fast, but Roger was faster. He caught up to him at the end of the street, grabbed his arm. Let go, Paul shouted. Just calm down. Paul swung. His fist caught Roger in the jaw. Roger stumbled back, dazed. Harry grabbed Paul from behind. Paul struggled, kicking and thrashing. Stop, Harry said. Just stop. Paul kept fighting. Harry lost his grip. Paul fell, hit the pavement hard. He didn't get up. Roger knelt beside him. Paul, you okay? Paul groaned. His nose was bleeding. He'd hit his head on the curb. Shit, Harry said. Roger looked around. A woman was watching from across the street. She had her phone out. We gotta go, Roger said. We can't just leave him. We gotta go, Harry. Now. They ran back to the truck and drove away. That night, Roger's phone rang. Serge. What the hell happened? Serge said. What do you mean? Paul Michaud's in the hospital. Concussion, broken nose, and he's telling everyone you did it. Roger's stomach dropped. It was an accident. He fell. I don't care if it was an accident. You put him in the hospital, now the cops are asking questions. What do we do? You lay low. Don't talk to anyone. And pray Paul doesn't press charges. Serge hung up. Roger sat there staring at his phone. His hands were shaking. Harry called. You hear? Yeah. We're fucked, Roger. I know. We put a guy in the hospital. We're on probation. If the cops find out, I know, Harry. I know. They were quiet for a moment. What do we do? Harry said. Roger didn't answer, because he didn't know. Chapter 5. The Wrong Guy. 3 days later, Serge called with another job. I thought we were laying low, Roger said. You are, but I still need money, and you still owe me. Serge, this one's simple. Guy named Eddie Tremblay, lives in Garson, owes me $3,000. He's a dealer, small time. You go, you collect, you leave. No drama. What if he doesn't pay? He'll pay. He's got the money. He's just been stalling. Roger hesitated. What if something goes wrong? Nothing's gonna go wrong. Just get the money and get out. Serge hung up. Eddie Tremblay lived in a bungalow on the edge of Garson. The yard was neat. A new truck sat in the driveway. Roger knocked. A man answered. He was maybe 30, fit, with a shaved head and a neck tattoo. Eddie Tremblay? Roger said. Who's asking? We're here about the money you owe Serge Laporte. Eddie's expression didn't change. Come in. They followed him inside. The house was clean, expensive furniture, a big TV on the wall. Eddie sat down on the couch. You want a beer? No, Roger said. We just want the money. Yeah, about that. Eddie leaned back. I don't owe Serge $3,000. He says you do. He's wrong. I paid him last month. $3,000, cash. Roger glanced at Harry. Serge didn't say nothing about that. That's because Serge is a liar. He took my money, and now he's trying to collect again. I don't know about that. I'm just here to collect what he says you owe. Eddie stood up. I'm not paying twice. Then we got a problem. Eddie smiled. It wasn't a friendly smile. No, you got a problem. He pulled a gun from his waistband, a small revolver. He didn't point it at them, just held it. Get out of my house, Eddie said. Roger's mouth went dry. We're just... Get out. They left, fast. In the truck, Harry said, He had a gun. I know. He could have shot us. I know. Roger, we're in over our heads. We're not enforcers. We're not tough guys. We're just two idiots who keep making things worse. Roger didn't respond. His hands were shaking on the wheel. We need to tell Serge, Harry said. Tell him Eddie's got a gun. Tell him we can't do this anymore. He won't care. Then we quit. We can't quit. We owe him money. So we pay him back. We get jobs. Real jobs. We work it off." Roger laughed. It was a bitter sound. "Harry, we're broke. We're on probation. We can't get real jobs. This is all we got." Harry stared at him. "This isn't a job, Roger. This is a trap, and we're stuck in it." Roger didn't argue, because Harry was right. Roger called Serge. Eddie had a gun. So we couldn't collect. Did you try? Yeah. He pulled a gun on us. Serge sighed. Eddie's full of shit. He doesn't have the balls to shoot anyone. He looked pretty serious. He's bluffing. Go back tomorrow. He'll pay. Serge, I don't think... Go back, Roger, or you owe me another $3,000. Serge hung up. They didn't go back the next day, or the day after that. Instead, Roger got a call from a number he didn't recognize. "Mr. Deschamps?" The voice was smooth, professional. "Yeah?" "My name is Vincent Caruso. I'm a friend of Eddie Tremblay's. I heard you've been harassing him." Roger's stomach tightened. "We're just collecting what he owes. He doesn't owe Serge Laporte anything. Serge is trying to scam him, and you're helping." "I don't know nothing about that." "Well, now you do. And here's what's going to happen. You're going to tell Serge to back off, and if he doesn't, I'm going to have a conversation with him, you understand? Who are you?" "I'm someone you don't want to fuck with. Now tell Serge what I said." Vincent hung up. Roger sat there staring at his phone. His hands were shaking. He called Harry. "We got a problem. Chapter 6. The Squeeze." Roger met Harry at the Tim Hortons in Hanmer. Harry looked exhausted. "Who's Vincent Caruso?" Harry said. "I don't know, but he knows Eddie, and he's pissed." "What did he say?" Roger told him. The threat. The warning. Harry rubbed his face. "So, now we got Serge on one side and this Vincent guy on the other." "Yeah. And we're stuck in the middle." "Yeah." They sat in silence, drinking coffee that had gone cold. "What do we do?" Harry said. "I don't know. We could tell Serge, let him deal with Vincent. And if Serge doesn't care, if he tells us to collect anyway, then we're screwed." Roger stared out the window. A woman was getting into her car holding a coffee and a bag of donuts. She looked normal, happy, like she didn't have two criminals threatening her. Roger envied her. "We gotta talk to Serge," Roger said finally. Serge didn't look worried when Roger told him about Vincent. "Vincent Caruso," Serge said, leaning back in his chair. "Yeah, I know him. He's a middleman. Works for some guys in Toronto. Thinks he's a big shot." "He threatened us," Roger said. "So?" "So, we don't want to get caught in the middle of whatever this is." Serge lit a cigarette. "You're already in the middle, Roger. You work for me. That means you do what I say, and I say collect from Eddie." "But Vincent said..." "I don't care what Vincent said. Eddie owes me money. You get it? Or you owe me." Roger glanced at Harry. Harry looked like he wanted to leave. "Serge, this is getting dangerous," Roger said. "It's always been dangerous. You just didn't notice. We're not fighters. We're not tough. We can't handle this." Serge leaned forward. "Then you better learn, because you're not walking away. You owe me, Roger, and you're gonna pay, one way or another." Roger's phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "Tell Serge to back off. Last warning." Roger showed Serge the message. Serge smiled. "Vincent's getting nervous. That's good. Means we're close." "Close to what?" "Close to getting paid. Now go back to Eddie's. Get my money. And if Vincent shows up, then you deal with him." "How?" Serge stubbed out his cigarette. "I don't care. Just get it done." They didn't go back to Eddie's that night. Instead, they sat in Harry's truck, parked outside a convenience store in Garson, trying to figure out what to do. "We're trapped," Harry said. "I know. Serge wants us to collect. Vincent wants us to back off, and we're just two idiots in the middle." "I know. So, what do we do?" Roger stared at the dashboard. "We collect." "Roger, we don't have a choice. If we don't collect, we owe Serge, and we don't have the money. And if Vincent comes after us, then we deal with it." "How?" Roger didn't answer, because he didn't know. They went back to Eddie's the next night. The truck was still in the driveway. The lights were on. Roger knocked. Eddie answered. He didn't look surprised. "You again," Eddie said. "We need the money," Roger said. "I told you. I don't know Serge nothin'." "Serge says you do." "Serge is a liar." Roger glanced at Harry. Harry looked like he wanted to run. "Look," Roger said, "we're just doing our job. We don't care about you and Serge. We just need the money." Eddie stepped closer. "And I told you, I'm not paying." "Then we got a problem." Eddie smiled. "No, you got a problem." A car pulled up behind them, a black SUV. The door opened and a man stepped out. Tall, well-dressed, calm. Vincent Caruso. "Gentlemen," Vincent said, "we need to talk." Chapter 7. Vincent's Offer. Vincent didn't look like a criminal. He looked like a businessman. Suit, tie, polished shoes, but his eyes were cold. "Let's take a walk," Vincent said. Roger glanced at Harry. Harry looked terrified. "We're good here," Roger said. "I wasn't asking." They walked. Vincent led them down the street, away from Eddie's house. The SUV followed slowly. "You boys are in a tough spot," Vincent said. "We're just doing our job," Roger said. "Your job is working for a scumbag who's trying to scam my friend. That's not a job. That's a mistake." "We don't know nothing about that." "Well, now you do." Vincent stopped walking. He turned to face them. "Here's what's going to happen. You're going to tell Serge that Eddie doesn't owe him anything, and you're going to stop harassing him. You understand?" "And if we don't," Roger said. Vincent smiled. "Then I'm going to make your life very difficult." "You're threatening us?" "I'm explaining the situation. There's a difference." Harry spoke up. "We can't just tell Serge to back off. He'll come after us." "That's your problem, not mine." "So we're screwed either way," Harry said. Vincent shrugged. "Probably, but you got a choice. You can keep working for Serge and deal with me, or you can walk away and deal with Serge. Either way, you're in trouble, but one of those options is a lot worse than the other." Roger stared at him. "What do you want from us?" "I want you to stop being idiots. You're not enforcers. You're not tough guys. You're just two morons who got in over their heads. So do yourselves a favor and get out before it's too late." "It's already too late," Harry said quietly. Vincent looked at him. For a moment, something like pity crossed his face. Then it was gone. "Yeah," Vincent said. "It probably is." He walked back to the SUV and drove away. In the truck, Harry said, "We're fucked." "I know. Serge is going to kill us if we don't collect. Vincent's going to kill us if we do." "I know. So what do we do?" Roger didn't answer. He stared out the window, watching the streetlights blur past. "We could run," Harry said. "Leave town, start over somewhere else." "With what money? We're broke." "So we're just going to sit here and wait for one of them to kill us?" "I don't know, Harry. I don't know." They drove in silence. The radio played classic rock. The heater rattled. Roger's phone buzzed. A text from Vincent. "You got 48 hours to tell Serge to back off. After that, we're done talking." Roger showed Harry the message. 48 hours, Harry said. "Yeah." "What happens after that?" Roger didn't answer, because he didn't want to think about it. Chapter 8. The Meeting. Roger called Serge. "We need to talk." "About what?" "About Eddie and Vincent." Serge sighed. "Come by tomorrow, 10 a.m. They met at Serge's office. Serge was smoking a cigarette, looking annoyed. "What's this about?" Serge said. "Vincent Caruso," Roger said. "He's threatening us. He wants us to back off Eddie." "So? So we can't collect if he's going to come after us." Serge leaned forward. "You're scared of Vincent?" "Yeah, we are." "Good. You should be. Vincent's dangerous, but so am I. And you work for me, not him. Serge, we're not fighters. We can't handle this. Then you better figure it out, because you're not walking away." Harry spoke up. "What if we just give Vincent what he wants? Tell him Eddie doesn't owe you. Walk away." Serge stared at him. "You think I'm going to let Vincent push me around? You think I'm going to back down because some middleman from Toronto tells me to?" "We're just trying to stay alive," Harry said. "Then do your job. Collect from Eddie. And if Vincent gets in your way, you deal with him." "How?" Roger said. Serge smiled. "I don't care. Just get it done." They left Serge's office. In the truck, Harry said, "He doesn't care if we die." "No, he doesn't." "So what do we do?" Roger stared at the steering wheel. "We collect." "Roger, we don't have a choice, Harry. If we don't collect, Serge comes after us. If we do collect, Vincent comes after us. Either way, we're screwed. But at least if we collect, we get paid." "We're not going to get paid. We're going to get killed." "Maybe." Harry rubbed his face. "This is insane." "I know." They sat in silence. Then Roger started the truck. "Where are we going?" Harry said. "Eddie's." "Now?" "Yeah, before I change my mind." Eddie wasn't home, but his truck was in the driveway. Roger knocked. No answer. He tried the door. It was unlocked. "Roger, we can't just go in," Harry said. "We're not stealing. We're just looking." They stepped inside. The house was quiet, empty. Roger walked through the living room, the kitchen. Nothing. No money, no drugs, nothing worth taking. Then he heard a sound. Footsteps. Upstairs. "Someone's here," Harry whispered. Roger froze. The footsteps got closer, then a voice. "Who's down there?" It wasn't Eddie. It was a woman. A woman appeared at the top of the stairs. She was maybe 25, holding a phone. "Who the hell are you?" she said. "We're friends of Eddie's," Roger said. "Bullshit. I'm calling the cops." "Wait." She dialed. Roger and Harry ran. In the truck, Harry said, "She's calling the cops." "I know. We just broke into someone's house." "I know. We're on probation, Roger. If the cops catch us, I know, Harry. I know." They drove in silence. Roger's phone buzzed. A text from Serge. "Did you get it?" Roger didn't respond. Another text. "Roger, answer me." Roger turned off his phone. "What are we going to do?" Harry said. Roger didn't answer, because he didn't know. Chapter 9. The Consequences. The cops didn't come that night, or the next day, but Vincent did. Roger was at his trailer when the black SUV pulled up. Vincent stepped out, alone this time. Roger opened the door. "What do you want?" "I heard you broke into Eddie's house." "We didn't break in. The door was unlocked." "That's still breaking and entering. And Eddie's girlfriend called the cops. You're lucky they didn't show up." "What do you want, Vincent?" Vincent stepped closer. "I want you to understand something. You're not enforcers. You're not tough guys. You're just two idiots who keep making things worse. And now you've pissed off Eddie, you've pissed off me, and you've pissed off the cops. You're running out of options. We're just trying to survive. Then stop working for Serge." "We can't. We owe him money." Vincent smiled. "How much?" "I don't know. A lot." "Give me a number." Roger hesitated. "Maybe 5, 6 grand?" "That's it?" "Yeah." Vincent pulled out his wallet. He counted out $6,000 in cash and handed it to Roger. Roger stared at the money. "What's this?" "Your debt to Serge. Now, you don't owe him anything." "Why would you do this?" "Because I don't like Serge, and because I need something from you." Roger's stomach tightened. "What?" "Information. Serge has been moving product through Sudbury. I want to know where he's keeping it. You find out, you tell me, and we're square." "And if I don't?" Vincent's smile faded. "Then I take my money back, and I make sure you never work in this town again. You understand?" Roger nodded. "Yeah, I understand." Vincent left. Roger stood there holding the cash. His hands were shaking. He called Harry. "We need to talk." They met at the Tim Hortons. Roger told him about Vincent, the money, the job. Harry stared at him. "So, now we're working for Vincent?" "We don't have a choice." "We always have a choice, Roger. We just keep making the wrong one. What else are we supposed to do? We owe Serge. Vincent paid our debt. Now we owe Vincent." "So, we're just going to keep owing people until someone kills us?" Roger didn't answer. Harry rubbed his face. "This is never going to end, is it?" "I don't know." "We're trapped, Roger. We're stuck in this cycle and we can't get out." "I know." They sat in silence. Outside, people came and went. Normal people, living normal lives. Roger envied them. Chapter 10. The Pitch. 2 weeks later, Roger had the information Vincent wanted. Serge was keeping product in a storage unit in Isilda. Roger had seen it himself when Serge sent him to pick up some cash. He called Vincent. "I got what you need." "Good. Meet me tomorrow. Same place." Roger hung up. He stared at his phone. He knew what this meant. He was betraying Serge, and when Serge found out, he'd come after them. But what choice did he have? He met Vincent at a diner in Sudbury. Vincent listened, took notes, and nodded. "Good work," Vincent said. "We're square." "That's it?" "That's it. You don't owe me anything, and I don't owe you." Roger should have felt relieved, but he didn't. He felt worse. "What happens now?" Roger said. "Now, you walk away. You stop working for Serge. You stop working for me. You get a real job and stay out of trouble." "And if Serge comes after us?" Vincent shrugged. "That's your problem, not mine." He left. Roger sat there staring at his coffee. He'd just betrayed Serge, and Vincent didn't care what happened next. He was alone. Again. 3 days later, Serge called. "Someone hit my storage unit," Serge said. His voice was cold. "Took everything. You know anything about that?" Roger's stomach dropped. "No?" "You sure?" "Yeah, I'm sure. Because I heard you've been talking to Vincent Caruso." Roger didn't respond. "Roger, if you sold me out, I'm going to find you. And when I do, you're going to wish you'd never met me. You understand?" "I didn't—" Serge hung up. Roger sat there, his hands shaking. He called Harry. "Serge knows," Roger said. "Knows what? About Vincent. About the storage unit. He's coming after us." Harry was quiet for a long time. "So, what do we do?" "I don't know. We could run. With what money? We could go to the cops. And tell them what? That we've been working as enforcers for a criminal? That we broke into someone's house? That we betrayed our boss? They'll arrest us, Harry. So, we're just going to wait for Serge to kill us?" Roger didn't answer. That night, Roger sat in his trailer, staring at the wall. His phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "I got a job for you. Pays well. Interested?" Roger stared at the message. He didn't recognize the number, but he knew what it meant. Another trap. Another cycle. He should have ignored it. He should have thrown his phone away and disappeared, but he didn't, because he was broke and desperate and trapped. He texted back, "What kind of job?" The response came immediately. "The kind that gets you out of town. Meet me tomorrow, 8 p.m. Grotto." Roger stared at the message. The Grotto was a bar in Sudbury. Rough place. The kind of place where people didn't ask questions. He called Harry. "I got something." "What?" "A job. Might be a way out." Harry was quiet for a moment. "Roger, no. Just hear me out. No. Whatever it is, no. We're done. We're not doing this anymore. Harry, we don't have a choice. We always have a choice. We just keep making the wrong one. So what do? We got Serge coming after us. We got no money. We got no options. So we deal with it. We go to the cops. We come clean. We take whatever punishment we get. But we stop digging ourselves deeper." Roger stared at the phone. Harry was right. He knew Harry was right, but he couldn't stop. "I'm going to the meeting," Roger said. "Roger, I'm going. You don't have to come, but I'm going." Harry was quiet for a long time. Then he sighed, that same long, defeated sigh, but this time he didn't say yes. "I can't do this anymore, Roger," Harry said quietly. "I'm done. Harry, I'm done. I'm not going to the meeting. I'm not doing another job. I'm just done." Roger opened his mouth to argue, but he couldn't, because Harry was right. They were done. "Okay," Roger said finally. "Okay?" "Yeah, okay." Harry hung up. Roger sat there, staring at his phone. He looked at the text again. "Meet me tomorrow, 8 p.m. Grotto." He should have deleted it. He should have walked away. But he didn't. Because some people don't just walk into traps. They keep walking, even when they know where it leads. And some cycles don't break. They just get darker, until there's nothing left but the trap itself. Roger stared at the message, Then he typed, "I'll be there." He hit send. Outside, the wind picked up. The trailer creaked. Inside, a man sat alone in the dark, waiting for tomorrow, knowing it wouldn't save him, knowing nothing would, but going anyway. Because that's what Roger did. That's what he'd always done. And that's what would kill him, eventually.